Every day, volunteers go out into the community with healthy meals to deliver to individuals who are homebound and have no other access to good nutrition. We utilize volunteers in the kitchen during the morning hours, and we run an assembly line to package about 750 meals that we send out every day, ready to be delivered.
Having good people serving others makes a difference. You do it from the heart. We couldn't have a community without people volunteering. They are providing something that is tangible, the food, and the intangible, the relationship.
Volunteers come to help us deliver meals into the community. What happens when they are assigned a route and deliver a meal to the same person week in and week out is that relationships develop around the delivery of that meal.
Hello, Tanya. Mr. Conyers, how are you today?
And just that handing off of a meal, that time that maybe your fingertips touch each other, that's really what being human is about.
We all get so wrapped up in our own lives and our own families and our own careers, and all those things are very important. But I think it's good to kind of take a step back and kind of put everything in perspective, and I think Friendship Trays helps you do that. I got a lunch for you.
Okay.
You have a great afternoon.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I think the rewarding part of it is just how appreciative people are.
The meal is the vehicle, and the relationship happens. The visit with the volunteer that brings the meal is maybe more important than the food itself.
I don't really pay attention to the distance that I've driven. That's not a big deal to me. We come to do a service, and we do it with, no hesitation. It's volunteer. And that's why we're here. We volunteer our time. We volunteer our mileage. And so just think about the people and the smiles that we put on their faces. And, their tummies are getting full, so. Developing the new friendships, meeting new people. You never know what you might have in common.
After my son died, and I was pretty well out of it, pretty much, there for a long time. This right there's my son, John David. And they got me on medication to help me. They don't cure it, but it helps a lot. It keeps me calmed down and my mind not running off like I was used to do. I used to be real bad. And I got a medical discharge. Now I got schizophrenia. That's what all that medicine is. When I go off, excuse me. I might get lost sometimes. Yeah.
When I first met Dave, he was in the back working on a go-kart.
There ain't got no wheels on it now. That's my racer there.
And he says, hey! He gives you a big hey when he sees you. And from there on out, we talked about go-karts and that type of thing, and we developed a real good friendship. He's actually in the process of about to build me a new one.
I've been out here since 4 o'clock this morning playing with it, because I just put that head on there yesterday.
Oh yeah, Dave is cool. Dave is cool.
Well, yeah, I know, because the belt's not wide enough for the pool.
It just invites a rich connection between the volunteer and the recipient. You don't know that's going to happen, it just evolves. The opportunity to take the meal and make that meal the connection with another person, that's what I hope volunteers see as the beauty of Friendship Trays is to be able to connect with someone who have been a vibrant member of the community that just happens now to not be able to get out anymore.
I'm Zidra, originally from Latvia. I came through the displaced person bill, and my husband and I arrived here in 1949, 24th of June. 1969, I received a letter from Henry Bridges asking me if I would teach for him at his music school, which he's starting, and if I was interested to show up on that date, on what time, on what date, and that's what I did, because I had thought about something like that, and suddenly this came along, because exactly what I was dreaming about. And by the way, they even paid me. I was going to do it for free. A couple of years, it became Community School of Arts because the project grew. Next year, it's going to be 50 years. Yes, nothing better could have happened in my life.
These are people who gave to their community for many years, and for various reasons, they need a little assistance now, and I'm happy to be a part of that assistance. So for us to be able to give back in some way and help out those that have maybe been forgotten or have been neglected, I think is really important. Hello, Ms. Pierce, how are you today?
Good to see you.
I got your lunch for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
They're not moving from home to home. They're in one place, they're stable, and when they're stable, they're healthy.
For many of them, it's the only time during the day that they interact with anybody other than perhaps the face on the television set.
Well, of course I teach, so I have people coming, but if I didn't, those would be the only people who would visit me every day.
And don't we have an obligation in terms of our social fabric to support people that have aged in place?
I think it's really important to families and to people to be able to stay in their homes and stay self-sufficient.
To a certain degree, it gives you some independence. It offers some independence. You don't have to depend on your friends or asking somebody to bring you food if you can't drive cars anymore.
Yes, it's the only way to be independent. Friendship Trays helps me a lot.
So I think it has a tremendous place in our community and society.
We enable them to stay in their home by utilizing a volunteer force of 1,300 volunteers to deliver meals throughout the community every day.
I don't think that Friendship Trays would ever serve a meal that the people that cooked it wouldn't eat.
Gets me eating vegetables. When ordinarily I wouldn't be cooking those vegetables. But Friendship Trays takes care of all that for me. Keep me healthy, yes they do. They sure do.
I'm glad there is an organization like that. Keeps me living, I think.
When you delivering to that person, you develop a genuine friendship.
I don't think I could live without friendship.
Friendship's everything.
I just can't even imagine. I don't even see a life without friendships.
Our community is strengthened when the individuals that live here have their basic needs met. Everybody deserves to be fed and clothed and sheltered. I think that's a basic human right.
If you believe that Friendship Trays is doing a service for the community, if you believe that those that are advantaged ought to give back to those that are less advantaged, then giving to Friendship Trays is a really easy way to show that belief.
I get to make a lot of proclamations, but I'm going to proclaim that it's our greatest responsibility to care for those that need the care. And it's time for all of us to support Friendship Trays. Do it because you care, Do it because it's the right thing to do, and do it because you've been invited to share in a common good.